All right, in this video, I'm gonna call these super tips. This is the Radio DJ super tip. And in this super tip, we're gonna look at a feature that I use a lot. Um, give you some summary of what happens is I will do a voiceover. It could be a radio promo, it could be an affiliate product that I'm pushing, it can be anything that I'm doing. Just straight voice, okay? But I will play it I'll play it in my commercial block. It can be played at any time. It can be played in a commercial block. It can be played by itself. But what I decided to do, and Radio DJ allows me to do this, I wanted a different music bed under that voiceover. Now, this is not putting, a voiceover music. This is not doing that. This is triggering a music bed and then then playing my voice over the top of that music bed. Now, what this does is every time that event runs and pulls one of these random music beds and a random voice track, you get different combinations every time. So someone may hear the same voiceover, but the music underneath it is different, thereby giving the illusion or the appearance that the whole thing is different. All right. Hope that makes sense. So to do this, what I want to do, I'm starting from scratch. I have not set this up. So we're going to go over to our options and our categories, and we need to set up all of this. What I'm going to do is, because this music bed is not going to really be a part of the music library, I'm going to make a new category called music bed. Okay, a master category called music beds. And then under that master category, I'm going to make a category called, I'm going to call it 30-second music beds. The reason being, I may decide I want a 60-second music bed. Okay. That way, if I do, say, a 60 or 50-second voiceover, I will do the 60-second music beds. If I do a voiceover that's less than 30 seconds, I'll do the 30-second voiceover bed. All right. So the next thing I want to do is, you could do this under station IDs or promos. I'm going to do it under promos, and I'm going to call these, what can I call it? Voice. I'm going to call it voice promotions. So I'm going under promos. I'm going to call it voice promotions. All right. So we got a category called music bed, and we got 30-second music beds, 60-second music beds. And under promos, I created a subcategory called voice promotions. All right. So now I want to load into the voice promotions that I set up for this particular video. I got a ton of stuff, but I wanted to show you how, you do it, because a lot of times people make videos and they don't really tell you how they did what they did. And I am on the wrong drive. Go to the right drive, go to the right folder. And I got a folder called live drops. There are quite a few voice drops in there. We're going to select that folder. We said we did it under promos, and we did it under voice promos. Now I'm going to load these in. I'm going to leave it on acapella. Whether or not they're commercial, I'll leave it at commercial. It doesn't matter. One of the things I want to make sure, I can't do it in here. Okay. So we're going to import those in. Boom, 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 boom. All right, and then I have music beds. I don't know how long they are, but we're going to go and grab those music beds. I think there are various lengths. And we're going to go over to our music bed master category. And I'm going to select 30-second. I'm not sure what they are. And I'll leave it at music. All right. Cool. So now let me pull up my track manager so I can see what I'm working with here. All right. I got too much information there. So let me reduce that. What I mean by that is I have way too many columns. I don't need all of that information. So I'm going to reduce it to something that I can do or that I can use. So I'm going to go to options, plugins, and I'm going to look for track manager and double click it. So everything I don't need, I'm going to uncheck. Duration, I do want that. I don't care about the year, the ID or path or whether or not it's enabled. So everything I don't need, I am going to uncheck. Okay, and so that should clean up my track manager. So now when I bring the track manager back up, it should be a lot more cleaner. Pretty spaced out. Oh, I don't need that they added. But anyway, I wanted to see the duration. Oh, let's go over here and select music beds. Okay, 30 seconds. Here we go. I wanted to see the duration. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about it, but if I needed them all to be 30, I can, first of all, I will cut the audio files down to 30 so that they will all be 30, and then I would load them in. Some of them are more than 30. All right, so the next step is, let me look at my voiceovers real quick. Promos, voice promotions. Okay, so we have so we got one of them that's a minute long. That's cool. When I do these, I already know that my music beds are 30 seconds, so I know not to talk over 30 seconds. All right, so here's what I want to happen. I want the music to start, and then I want my voice to play over the music. So let's set that up first. I'm going to go back to the track manager, and I'm going to go over to music beds. And I don't know if I can do this for all of these at one time. Jeez. Okay. So I'll do a few of these and I'll pause the video and do the rest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click and go to the cue editor. And you can listen to this. Okay. I want to select the next marker. Select that, click up here and click and hold and drag until the next marker jumps to where you are. And I want to take this all the way down to about 3 or 4 seconds. Okay. At this point, I could select the end. If it wasn't 30 seconds, this is a minute track. Okay. But I'm going to leave that because I just want to show you how to get it going. But if I needed to, I could cut this down to 30 seconds. But again, some of my voiceovers, most of them are under 30. One of them is a minute. So we'll do that so you can see what happens. Okay, I'm going to hit save. And save again. Now that track has been marked and is ready for what I'm trying to do. And that is, I want the next to kick in around 4, maybe even 4 seconds in. And I'll do the end around 30 seconds. What this is doing is this audio will play first. And then 4 seconds in, it'll play whatever's behind it in the queue. So when I set up the event will always have to load the music bed first, followed by the voice tag, the live voice tag. That way they're always kind of together. So again, the music will play, then 4 seconds later, the voiceover will play. So I will have to make sure all of my music beds are marked for 4 seconds. Now you're going to notice, like for instance, this one right here. This one is 58 seconds, but as you can see right here, 59 seconds. Let's listen to it. Okay. But when I do the cue editor and I click on the next and I slide this down to 4 seconds, that's going to become the new length of that audio file. Okay. Hit save. So when I double click and go back to it, it's not going to be, well, in this case, it's 30 seconds because of the ending. Okay. All right. So now, in order to make sure the vocal part is louder than the music part, we're going to go over to our promo and our voice tags. Only got a few in here. Okay. So let's go to, what is it? Track edit. On track edit, we want to make sure we select or check the box that says overlay file for this file.
Listen, before you spend more money on expensive,
all it is a voiceover, but I want to make sure when the music and this plays together that this is louder than the music. So I'm going to make sure for this voice tag or all the voice tags that the overlay file is selected. So I can do that right now. All these voice tags.
I want to talk to you about some.
Okay. They're just voice tags. And they're anywhere from 15 seconds to a minute long.
All right, listen up. If you're someone that likes to.
Okay.
Get the voice and the sound that helps take your radio station to.
Now that voiceover has some effects on it, some reverb on it. I throw a little reverb. Sometimes
if you're
too
like
much.
me, I love great.
Okay. And all I'm doing is I'm making sure all of my voice parts, the overlay file is checked. That's all I got to do for those. Okay. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to do some more music files because this thing is going to choose the music randomly. And I want to make sure it chooses any song that it chooses. It can actually use it. All right. Be right back. All right. So I'm going to do the last one just as a review. And all I'm doing is I went through and made all of the music tracks. I set the cue or the next command to start around 5 seconds after. And then I set the end command to go to 30 seconds after because I only want them to be about 30 seconds in length. All right. So now we're ready. We have all of our music beds. They are the next marker has been set to 4 seconds. The next marker in the cue editor just simply means it's telling Radio DJ, whatever's behind me in the queue, go ahead and cue it up. Go ahead and play it. The end marker, of course, will end the audio file. So if an audio file is too long, use your next and your end. I usually keep them about 7 seconds apart. Like if it's a song, I got a 12-minute song and I want to break it down to 5 minutes. I will set the end to 5 minutes and I will set the next to like 4:53, somewhere around there. Give me about a 7-second fade. So that's a wonderful tool to have. Other software programs have it too. All right. So now that we have our voiceovers, they are set to overlay, and we have our music set to 30 seconds, and we have the the next command set to 4 seconds, 4 to 5 seconds. Now I want to make an event. And in this event, I'll call it voice promotions. Or voice promotion. All right. And I'll just go ahead and set this because we're going to be playing with this every day, every hour, whatever. 0. All right. So that being the case, remember when you're loading songs, they load from the bottom to the bottom of the queue. So the voice command will be the first thing I want to grab. Okay. So we're going to click the plus green sign and we're going to use load from a category because we want to rotate these voice drops. And they're under promos and they're under voice promotion. I'm going to turn on repeat rules so that, it's not always the same one. And I'm going to check least times played. That's going to cycle them through. If you have enough of them, you will not notice that there's a pattern. And the pattern, well, really it might not be a pattern. I'll take that back. Okay, so I'm going to add that action. So that's the voice. That's going to get loaded to the queue first. And then the very next thing that's going to get loaded into the queue is our music bed. Same thing. We're going to pull from the 30 seconds because I set them all to 30 seconds. Repeat rules and least times played. Add the action. And now add the event. All right, so we're going to get this going so you can hear what this sounds like, all right? So we're going to go auto DJ, put in automated mode, hit go. And it is 40 after. So we'll do 50. There's something special about the way that I touch. I'll do 50. 30. That means it's getting ready to fire off. Well, a minute. It's driving you out of your mind. Yeah. You call me your baby. You can have me, you'll go crazy. Look in your eyes, says you want me and you know you need my eyes. This is not going to interrupt or disrupt anything. Okay? It will wait till whatever's playing has finished playing, and then it will do what it's doing. But it is going to go ahead and load it into the queue so that it'll be ready. So when it loads in the queue, we should, the number 1 position, a music bed, and at the number 2 position, we should see a voice track. In the background, you listen to the sounds of Jessica Edwards with Sugar and Spice. I did that song, I don't know. Well, it's got 2003, so yeah. All right, so as you can see, it is loaded up. It's ready to go. We have a music bed. And we have a voice promotion. And I'm going to change these colors. I hate these colors. All right, so I like for my music to be blue in all of my stations, and I'll do something different with the other stuff. So I'm gonna speed this up So you see we got some type of music file, and then this purple, I made the voice drops that.
If you're like me, I love great music in my ears everywhere I travel. I want you to check out these Bluetooth waterproof earbuds available at roderickcarter.com/earbuds. I'm telling you, I love these things with 4 hours of charge time, and they're less than $30. Check it out.
All right. And so you saw they was pretty much tight, real tight. Let's see. The earbud, the voiceover was 19 seconds, and this was a total of 30 seconds. It was close. This is version, RadioDJ version 2006. That 5 seconds is probably too long, because that was pretty long. Let's get it down to 4. Now, the other thing I noticed a second ago was, I don't know how it's going to come out on the video, but I noticed the music was, it was pretty low. That's fine, because by the time it hits the audio processing and goes out over the stream, the music will be loud. And I do not have automatic gain on. Let's do medium. All right, so let's do another one and see how that go.
100 proof, real nigga 100 proof. Fuck anything, they can't stomach you. Phonies everywhere, what this world coming to? So 100 proof, sipping on that 100 proof. 100 proof, real nigga 100 proof. Fuck anything, they can't stomach you. Phonies everywhere, what this world coming to? So 100 proof, sipping on that 100 proof. Repent just to sin again. People ain't genuine. Friends don't get the address and write you in and pin you in. Enemies come back to life. I'm like, didn't I mark you? Cause so many lames off my crew is in my circle. Approaching my destiny. Flashbacks in my fire deeds. Bandana wrapped around my head till my brow breathes. First wanted, now he'd experience and dowry. Aka movement. The trait for a cool kid is now free. Trials and turbulence. This moment you have heard of Prince.
Don't speed this up.
The table. The snakes gave me a...
Again, it chose a random song, a random voiceover.
All right, listen up. If you're someone that likes to earn money by taking surveys online, well, I just found something that I know you're going to love.
That one was a news bite, and I forgot I had some news bite voice drops in there. Let's see right here. So what I want to do is these ones that are news, I don't want them in this because they're not music beds. So I'm going to move them over. I'll move them. I'll just move them over to the news category for right now. All right. So let's do another one.
Hold on to the love you got, never let it go. It'll work out if you try. You just gotta hold on tight.
That's the sounds of Tiana Lash. We never finished this song. She moved away before we had a chance to really finish it. So this is like a rough studio mix. It's already been copywritten, but we never finished it to release it. All right, here we go. All right, so we got another song and another voiceover. Let's speed this up. And basically what I'm doing, I'm just going further on this line right here. I'm just double clicking. That makes the song jump to wherever you double click at. Here we go.
in every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here. It's the Big Red Radio Show. You know how he does it. You know how he gets down. Join the fun. Join the music. Tune in. We want to see you there. We want to hear you there. Keep it locked for more great gospel music.
All right, so that's the timing on that is perfect. So I say 4 and 5 seconds is actually kind of too long, but you can put it at 2 seconds, 1 second, or whatever. Let's do another one. And like I say, I use these, or I use this technique, I should say, and I love it. I love how I can do multiple voiceovers and have, you know, multiple music beds. So a voice track don't always, now of course it will at one point, you'll get the same, you know, music bed, but for the most part, most of the times you're going to get a different music bed with the same voiceover, which gives the perception that it's all totally different. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's jump to the 10-second marker. Here we go.
Listen, before you spend more money on expensive dog trainers or products, listen to this. How would you like to discover the powerful dog training secrets to eliminate over 30 plus common behavioral dog and puppy issues with step-by-step instructions from one of the world's most skilled dog trainers? That's right. I'm talking about Doggy Dan. He is one of New Zealand's most trusted and leading dog experts who makes training your dog highly effective, super simple, and most of all, fun. This is the breakthrough dog training information you've been looking for. For more information, go to www.triadurbanradio.com/online dog training. Again, that's triadurbanradio.com/online dog training. This is the place you need to go so that you can have a successful training with your dog. Again, that's www.triadurbanradio.com/online dog training.
All right, as you saw in that one, the voiceover was way longer than the music bed. So to prevent stuff like that from happening, you need to develop a, turn this off. You need to develop a how should I say it? A standard, or a, you know, template or standard, meaning when you do this, you're going to make sure all the music beds are one length, and you're going to make sure all your voiceovers are one length. That way you don't run into that situation. But the good thing is, even though the music bed ended, the voice continued, and the next track in the queue did not start until the voice had finished. All right, so we got another one coming up, so let's go ahead and do this one.
When you were just a child, you wished for many things. You thought about those things so much. You began to dream. Your limit is the sky.
All right, here we go.
You can reach your dreams.
I
want to talk to you about someone you love, someone that goes everywhere you go, hangs around you in the house, jumps in the bed with you, rides around in the car with you. You know what I'm talking about. Your puppy, your dog. You treat them like family, so you love them like family. Why not treat that little one to a bark box? I mean, after all, he's gonna love it. Every month he's gonna get a box full of treats and goodies made just for him or her. And if you're not a dog lover, but you know someone that is, you can.
This is another one where the audio is longer than the music. And that's because I just grabbed a bunch of audio drops and threw them in there. So this is a super tip for Radio DJ. I use this in so many different ways. I don't want to put them all on one video, so I'm going to try to keep these videos short. I just want to show you one of the things you can do with Radio DJ. As you see, some of them sounded like commercials almost, you know, depending on the music bed, the tone of the voice. Some of them almost sound like commercials, but these work great for promoting. It could be a commercial, to be honest with you, but it worked great for promoting what's happening on your station. If you're trying to earn some money on your station, you can promote things, and you can use this type of setup versus producing a commercial or producing a spot that sounds the same each and every time. What will happen is that spot or promo that you pre-produce will become, I want to say it, will become familiar. And with familiarity, sometimes things can get old or stale. So I wanted something where you heard the same voiceover, but the music was different, which changed the whole thing. So it gives a live feel on your radio station when you do it that way. Even if I do, I remember I remember years ago, and I did this with Sam Broadcaster. Haven't done it with Radio DJ, but I can still do it. Sometimes I would record pre-recorded drops for the week. I would spend Saturday or Sunday, and I'll sit down and I'll record 1-minute drops. But I would produce the drops, meaning I would have the music bed, everything would be already pre-produced. So when they were scheduled to run throughout the week, different times and things of that nature, because I was trying to make it seem like I was live. You know, I'm at work, you know, hey. But I tried to make it sound like I was live. So I had like a morning show, and I would pre-record the drops. You know, I wouldn't open up the mic but once or twice an hour for 2 hours. So I didn't have a whole lot to do, you know, but I had to do it for the whole week. So I would pre-produce the drops along with the music bed. Well, now if I did this in Radio DJ, I would have my library of music beds, and all I would have to do is just produce the voice drops, which would save me a whole lot of times. I could just record those voice drops, make sure they're less than 30 seconds, put them in, take the old ones out. You can even, with Radio DJ, you can even program how long the drop will last, which is another feature that I really, really like, or love, I should say, about Radio DJ. Let's say this drop right here, I could say I want this drop to start on such and such date and end on such and such date and such time. So I could pre-record, put stuff in, set those dates and times, and just let Radio DJ do his thing. So I hope this has been informative. Give me a like, subscribe, share the video. And if you guys have any questions, any videos you would like to see, let me know, and I'll try to get them. I'm a very busy guy. I got a lot of things going on around me, but I will try and make time to, you know, produce the video. I know I've got to do a couple of videos, one on the audio itself, the audio processing. I got to, you know, put something together on that. Someone wanted that video. I think I've done some of the other ones, but if you have a question or you would like to see a video, let me know, and I'll do my best to get the video done. All right. Talk to you guys in another lesson.